Hey, you murder phoniacs. This is your host, Tony Ciaglia, the serial killer whisperer. I'm going to just jump right into it, okay? I'm going to introduce my co-hosts. I love you, Dad.
I love you too.
With everything I am. Thanks for being my dad. Thanks for taking care of me.
Thank you.
I don't know where I'd be.
Hey,
if you weren't here.
You would be just fine. You've done unbelievably well. And I'd just like to say real quick, it's a miracle he's here today, folks. I mean, he's bad night last night. Bad night. And it's been a bad week or so.
Mm-hmm.
He's tough though. Like we said on the way down here, he's a gamer. So I love you, buddy.
Love you too.
It's been hard years, but the best years. Right?
Mm-hmm. Thank you. And I guess before we get into everything, I'm going to point out this right over here.
Mm-hmm.
That was sent to me as a present from Rhonda, an amazing fan. Now, she's been a fan ever since the book, The Serial Killer Whisperer, came out. Thank you, Rhonda. I hope you're doing well.
And Rhonda made the cape. I don't know if you guys remember the Coxman cape. I haven't had it on recently. But Rhonda, thank you. I had it on Halloween. I went as the Coxman.
Yeah.
So that was kind of, we had a few laughs. Thank you.
And you will wear it again.
I will.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely.
And this sits next to my bed.
Yeah.
So
it's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Yes.
You know, it's not used to being out though around town.
No.
It's kind of shy. All right, guys. Can you believe Thanksgiving is Thursday? What the fuck? It's Tuesday right now. So we got 2 more days.
No.
A week from.
Yeah. See, we're going to be on next Monday.
Yes.
This isn't live. So what we do here today will be on Monday. And when we rehearsed, we should have talked about this. I should have told you.
Uh-huh.
So and basically, Thursday is Thanksgiving. So when they're listening or watching this, it'll be Thursday.
Hey?
We needed that.
Wow.
And it's raining outside, guys. Here in Vegas. We needed it.
It's not raining. It's pouring.
Yeah. It's
shit.
Incredible.
Yeah.
We love it.
Not like a 5-minute rain, like a Vegas rain, 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's been steady.
Coming down.
Uh-huh. So the Coxman and I want to take a moment to wish all of you, our loyal murder phoniacs and new murder phoniacs, a very happy Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. This time of the year, it isn't just about the food. Well, though that part is good, I have to admit.
Yes.
Right? Let's be honest. It's about gratitude. It's about gratitude, and it's about taking a breath, looking around, and thanking God for all that we get and all that we have, all the blessings. And if you get a chance, try to help someone who's less fortunate. Kind word, hot meal, a small act of generosity. Trust me, it all matters.
Well said. Makes you feel warm inside, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
From our murder phone family to yours. May God bless you all and have a wonderful, safe Thanksgiving holiday.
Love you guys. We really do.
And be sure to hit us with comments, you guys.
Yeah.
You know, me and my dad were talking about this week when we were rehearsing.
Yeah.
It'd be great to hear from you guys. I mean, we know you're there because we see, you know,
The numbers.
the views, the numbers are outstanding.
And some do comment.
Some do.
We welcome it.
We do.
Even if it's bad or you want to give a suggestion, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us.
Exactly.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Like if you want to tell the coxman to fucking drink some more. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got your glass.
Drink.
All right, enough of the warm, fuzzy stuff. Because this is true crime at its best.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get back to this fat fucking piece of shit, Arthur John Shawcross. Just be thankful this walking landfill isn't showing up at your Thanksgiving dinner. Because trust me, the way Art ate and what he ate, hint, hint, would ruin everyone's appetite. This guy made a garbage disposal look classy. And if you have an Aunt Tina, well, don't worry. She'll substitute well for the fish platter. Now, if you're a murderphoniac, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. Whoa. That was a good test.
Do you like
Where'd
that?
that come from? Yeah. I love it.
Uh-huh. So count your blessings. Carve that turkey. And thank God fucking Shawcross isn't sitting at your table asking for seconds. It all started with the body, Patricia Ives. It's October 27th, 1989, in cold, frigid Rochester, New York. Police stumbled across the remains of Patricia Ives. And with that discovery, the city's illusion of safety evaporates into thin air. Now, this wasn't your everyday murder. No. The scene it screamed like, look at me. I was fucking set up like this. A pattern.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The way he posed the bodies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Victims, mostly sex workers, all found near the river, strangled, dumped, some mutilated, posed like someone was trying to hide his work, but couldn't resist admiring it first. That's when the cops realized this wasn't random. They had a fucking serial killer on their hands. And while the headlines exploded and the city's fear hit a fever pitch, Arthur Shawcross didn't slow down. He escalated. He thrived on the chaos, the mayhem. While Rochester held its breath, Art was out there hunting. And you know, Dad, You know, he's the kind of guy that was at home fucking jacking off all over the newspaper articles.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know, about him. Not his name, because they didn't know, but just what he did. His artwork.
Yeah. Loved it.
Loved it. Right? One body became two. Two, then three. And before it was over, at least 8 more women would vanish into his personal killing field. For doing what? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Take it, Dad.
All right. Once again, dumping this fucking killer into a new city without warning the local authorities would prove disastrous. I know, I keep hammering this point, but I mean, what the fuck, guys? It doesn't work. Ever. I mean, what is our law enforcement, our legal system, what has to happen before they just wake up and say, you know what? We can't be the nice guy. We just can't.
We can't treat them with kid gloves.
Psychopaths count on you being a nice guy. They all did. Gacy, look at them. Bundy, all of them.
Our government workers.
It's sick. And he would have been nailed so fast if they would have just followed the rules and done what they were supposed to. But no, he's a nice guy. He's got a nice grin. He's got a good story or two. No. Nope. They count on that. Because remember, they're the smartest guy in the room. Right?
Always.
Yes.
Every single one of them.
Yeah.
Even the ones that are not educated, stupid.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They're still the smartest one in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And they can fool anybody. But, you know, Shawcross's records had been sealed, his past horrors locked away in some dusty file cabinet. So when he rolled into Rochester, there's no red flags, man. There's no bulletins. Nothing. Nothing to make anyone look twice. Don't look here. There's nothing to see.
And you know, Dad, he was He was laughing. When like you just said, he rolled into fucking Rochester.
Strutting his shit.
These stupid motherfuckers. Yeah. Wait till I start whacking some of these bitches.
Give me some Dunkin' Donuts. Mm-hmm. I got a house right up the street. Fat fuck. He blended in. He blended in totally, just like any other face in the crowd. But, you know, monsters like Shawcross, they don't stay quiet for long, do they? The silence, that secrecy, it would cost some of the women of Rochester their lives, and it's a shame. The hunting grounds of Arthur Shawcross were a filthy stretch of Rochester, known to locals as the Red Light District, as it normally is. Lisle, Dewey, Montrose, and State. That's where the working girls worked. That's where they walked the cold streets, chasing one last trick before sunrise. And it's where Art, the self-proclaimed nice guy, and he was described by some of the survivors, well, we thought he was a nice guy.
Well, look at John Gacy. He was a fucking clown.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. This is where he stalked his prey. And this is where he picked up Dorothy Blackburn, Anna Steffen, Francine Brown, and June Cicero, just to name a few. Each one thought she was getting into a car with a lonely, harmless man. But Shawcross wasn't there for company. He was there to hunt. And you can believe that. As the bodies started turning up, police finally realized something was very wrong. They set up a sting operation in the area where these girls were missing, just hoping to catch the monster who was turning Rochester's streets into his personal killing field. And guess what? Artie, the great Art, King Art, he found it hilarious. In one of his letters to Tony, he actually made fun of the cops, boasting how smart he was, how they'd never catch him, how the great Art was always one step ahead. I mean, his ego practically bleeds through the paper of this letter. I'm going to share that letter with you so you can see narcissism at its finest. I mean, this letter is a masterclass in narcissism.
Fuck yeah.
Right? This guy is a masterclass in narcissism. This was dated May 6th, 2007. Oof.
Boy, that's a long time ago.
Long time ago, buddy.
A lot's happened.
Yep.
Exactly. I mean, I'm starting to trans.
Stop it.
I was just a thought back then, but now I'm
God.
doing the hormones and shit.
You are sick. All right. Here's the letter.
Okay.
Greetings, Anthony. How are you doing, my friend? I've got a visit coming on the 15th or 20th from Australia. How nice from down under. Smiley face.
Sorry.
Maybe she'll just get down under the table when she meets me.
Okay. Let me know what you're thinking, Dad.
What I'm thinking is, you're not going to be there, are you?
No.
I'm not going to be there.
No.
And this fucker knows that. You really think somebody's coming from Australia to see this fat piece of shit?
Yeah. Who's going to fly 20 hours to fucking see this asshole? And another thing, either one of us ever were privy to being able to see an actual letter from this hot piece of ass coming all the way from Australia.
Right.
Yes. And I tell you, she'd be very disappointed if she got under the table and saw what Arthur had to offer.
Yeah, right?
It's like a Vienna sausage.
Okay, back to the letter, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I told you this, but I have a funny story that happened during the Rochester situation. You mean the fucking murders? You mean when you were slaughtering prostitutes, Art? Is that what you meant by situation? Just fucking say it. You're a fat piece of shit serial killer. You were slaughtering prostitutes. It wasn't a situation.
Mm-hmm.
That just gets me. You know, you see this shit.
He did that a lot, though, you know, in letters.
He did.
Yeah.
He wouldn't refer to it, you know. It would be that thing. Or
You're already doing like 200 and whatever something years in prison. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Back.
Say it. Say it. Say it.
All right. Back to this shit letter. One afternoon, I walked up Lyle Avenue to a camping and fishing store and bought some hooks of different sizes. I walked back along the north side and went in a small mom and pop store and bought a soda. I sat outside drinking, and this guy came over and sat beside me and started talking about the killings. Then he made a major mistake. This idiot pointed out all the decoys that are out in the force. Now, I'm sitting with these highly polished Oxfords on, and this guy must have thought I was a cop, too. Smiley face. What a dumb fuck. So there we were bullshitting the afternoon away while drinking soda and talking about this serial killer that had the city in an uproar. Then some plainclothes cop ran to his car. The cop I was talking with went too, and the chase was on. Now, I'm not sure who these dumb fucks were chasing. I just got up and walked down the street, back to the city, laughing all the way. The stupid cops were stationed in the wrong area. They watched Lake and Lyle Avenue. I was over on Montrose and Lake. Close, but no cigar.
This is Tony Ciaglia in Rochester, New York, back in 2010. What you're looking at are the hunting grounds of Arthur John Shawcross. We're heading down State Street now, right into Art's favorite spots. He knew every corner, every alley, every shadow. You see that bar on the corner? That's where Shawcross picked up June Cicero, one of his many victims. Dewey and Lyle, Shawcross called this his playground. To him, this wasn't just a street corner. It was his private hunting ground. And the prey, young women just trying to survive another night. Dorothy Blackburn, Franny Brown, Patricia Ives, June Stott, each one of them pulled into the darkness right here by the monster of the river. That short video you just saw was shot in Rochester, New York, back in 2010. And I thought I couldn't get any worse looking.
Stop.
A quick, chilling ride through the hunting grounds of Arthur John Shawcross. This is where the monster prowled and where he picked up his fifth victim, Franny Brown. If you're watching on our YouTube channel, the first picture you're seeing right now is Franny herself, smiling, alive, full of life. The second image is where she ended up after her encounter with Shawcross. That's the Genesee River Gorge, November 11th, 1989. Rochester police and medical officials stand over what's left of Frances M. Brown. Another life taken by a man who should have never been set free. Franny, to her friends, was the fifth Rochester victim of Arthur Shawcross. And what you're about to hear is a partial letter he sent to me on October 20th, 2008, where Art himself describes exactly what happened to her. This hooker, I had been out with her before in the same general area. I was driving a small compact car, light blue in color. I had just come off of Dewey Avenue and spotted her down on Lyle, across from the off-track betting parlor. I pulled over, and she came over and opened the door and gets in. She told me to go over to Lake Avenue and head towards State Street. Then I pulled in behind an old building and parked. She sucked me off and then mounted me.
Fuck.
Remember, we're talking about a tiny little dick. We're talking about a tiny little head of his dick. So, people, there was no fucking mounting. He makes it sound like she was climbing up on some kind of fucking horse or something. No. This is Art. Big Art. King Arthur. Tiny little dick. Arthur. She worked herself up into a frenzy and busted off a long fart. She never said anything. Acted like it didn't happen. She said, "Hurry up, asshole." So I did. I eased forward harder, and she could not move, even if she wanted to. She couldn't move. I slowly moved my hands to her neck and strangled her until she went limp. I drove over to St. Paul Street and went above Seth Green Drive in the parking lot. I then pulled up along the cliffside drop-off and pushed her dead ass over the cliff, and she dropped a good 15 feet and then rolled face down into the leaves. She was sort of a blonde and shaved too. I drove away and placed her clothes and things in different dumpsters. I drove down to Lake Avenue to Route 104 and stopped at the Ponderosa and went in for a steak and large baked potato with blue cheese. Plus, I ate from the salad bar. They have quite an assortment of foods and salads, plus Jell-O.
I'm sorry.
I know.
That's just...
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's just... Plus, I had a large ice cream in a tall glass. I drank 4 cups of black coffee. As well, you can bet I walked out of there really full. I drove up to the lake and sat in the parking lot and watched the boats come in. About midnight, I drove back to the city of Rochester and pulled into the Dunkin' Donuts on Monroe Avenue and Alexander Street, very close to my apartment. I went in and spoke to a woman I knew that worked there. I ordered a large coffee, regular, with 4 donuts. It's funny, you know? I never thought about what I did earlier. Didn't cross my mind. Now that, people, that just shows you the disconnect a serial fucking killer has with reality.
Let's show him that Ponderosa, Tom. Okay?
You want to talk at all?
This is the Ponderosa, where Arthur Shawcross frequented, especially after some of his murders. I guess he would dump the body and then come to the Ponderosa and, you know, think about what he had done and maybe relive the fantasy a few times over in his mind.
He was always very hungry, wasn't he, afterwards?
Yes.
And he talked about what? The steak, the baked potato,
The salad bar.
salad bar, the banana pudding. with Jell-O.
Yes.
He was something else, and it's still here. Still here 20 years later. This was his spot, huh?
That's impressive.
That is. Okay, buddy.
All right. That's a wrap.
All right.
Before they come out here and start yelling at us.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. You saw the Ponderosa. Ladies and gentlemen.
Fuck me.
So that last clip takes us back to our 2010 trip to Rochester. Ground zero for Arthur Shawcross's feeding frenzy.
Slob.
Fucking slob. Right?
Fucking slob is right.
Right. In this shot, I'm standing right in front of the same Ponderosa that Shawcross bragged about in his letter discussing the murder of Franny Brown. Yeah, this was his favorite restaurant. Dad, I have to say, it's a glorified Denny's.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Not the way he talks. And who writes a letter like that? Who talks about killing somebody? And it was, believe me, longer and worse than that. We shortened all these things. And then describes going into the Ponderosa. I mean, you heard him. Well, you didn't hear him. You heard him in the letter, but you heard us outside the Ponderosa, right?
Yes.
He would go in there, folks, and he'd just shovel food into that gaping hole that he called a mouth. The people there remembered him. We're talking 2010. They knew who he was. Everywhere we went, they knew who this fat fucking piece of shit was. He had no guilt, no remorse, just hunger. He was just hungry all the time when he did that.
Mm-hmm.
Because, for this monster, the only thing bigger than his appetite was his fucking ego. Right?
Right.
No question. And when he wasn't gorging himself on buffet steak, and man, I said to Tony, you want to go eat there? He goes, no, I don't think so. But when he wasn't gorging himself on this buffet steak, mashed potatoes, he's down the road at his other happy place, Dunkin' Donuts, that fat fucking piece of shit.
Dad.
Yeah.
The steak?
Yeah.
Where do you think they get the meat?
Joe Matheny. We got to tell. We were rehearsing last night, and I swear to God, Tony said that to me, and we both said Joe Matheny at the same time. It was not rehearsed.
It wasn't rehearsed.
But we thought, well, we'll throw it in because it was hysterical.
It was a great moment. It was a great murder phone moment.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow. So you can't make this shit up. This bloated waste of oxygen killed a woman because, get this, she farted during sex. That's right. One tiny slip of human nature, and Shawcross decided, murder seems like a logical response.
And you know how we know that? Because this fat fucker wrote it in the long descriptions that I might add no one else has but Tony, and he got them just before he died. But in there, he actually talks that he killed this woman because, oh my God, she farted. And he hated that.
It pissed him off.
I really hate that. Yeah, he was pissed.
Okay.
And he went into about a paragraph about it.
Now, okay, she did that, right? And he was disgusted.
Yeah.
I'm sure he did a lot more things that disgusted her.
Oh.
Right? I mean, he was disgusting.
Just taking his shirt and his pants off were enough to make you want to throw up on him and then run out of the car.
Speaking of small cocks, I just read this. They
I can't take it.
They found DNA that says Adolf Hitler had a Vienna-sized weenie.
Yeah.
Fully erect. It's called, what is it?
I forgot what they call it.
We'll just call it the Vienna. Okay, it's the Vienna syndrome. Okay. And he also was born with one ball. See, so he had a lot of animosity and hatred. No wonder he was killing all those people. Vienna.
Psycho, man.
Exactly. They shouldn't have been the Nazis. They should have been the Vienna. You like that? Okay. Sorry to interrupt.
No problem. Shawcross was on a killing rampage. He seemed to be killing at a frantic pace. He was killing at a frantic pace. The police had no suspects as the bodies piled up. His sixth victim, killed November 25th, 1989, was Liz Gibson. He picked her up on the corner of Lake Avenue and Lyle. She was struggling and kicked the gear shift and bent it. And boy, was he pissed.
Wow.
I mean, what the fuck? You know why he was so pissed? Because it wasn't his car.
It wasn't his car.
He never owned a fucking car. It was Clara, the stupid bitch girlfriend that went out with him while he was married to Rose. And he'd borrow her car, man. Now, he was something else. But this poor girl made the mistake, kicked out her foot because she wanted nothing to do with him. And she bent the gear shift. He killed her right then. He strangled her to death. Once again, it's in those descriptions. And it's a lot longer than that. So what did he do? He killed her, took her out to a frozen field and just dumped her. He was done with that bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Who was she to bend my gear shift?
Hold on one second, though. So he's got a wife, right?
Yeah.
And he's got a side piece.
Oh, yeah.
What do these girls look like?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
They'll see Rose later on.
Okay.
Yeah, Rose Wally.
Oh. Rose Wally.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, what do you see her?
Stop it. I'm getting hot.
Stop it. His seventh victim was June Stott. June was 26 years old when Shawcross overpowered her, strangled her. She was killed on October 23rd, 1989, but her body was not discovered until Thanksgiving Day of 1989. She wasn't a sex worker, folks, and she had special needs.
Oh, my gosh. Just stop. Fucking just stop.
She had special needs, and this fat fucking piece of garbage knew her. He knew her. He used to go where she was like, asking, panhandling, and she'd ask for a quarter, and the big shot bragged, I'd give her 50 cents.
50 on the quarter.
Did you? Art?
Yeah.
So he knew her. She had special needs. The young woman trusted this cocksucker. I mean, it makes me physically ill thinking about it.
When I asked him, Dad, on the telephone,
Yeah.
When I asked him, she had special needs, Art. He's like, I fucking put her out of her misery.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
Fucking, it's terrible.
Uh-huh.
She was also sexually assaulted after her death. So I'm going to read you just a little bit of the letter. He went into great detail, how he went there, how he used to go there and he'd give her 50 cents, how he saw her, he talked her into getting lunch, then he walked her down. They had a great day. It was like 2.5, 3 pages. And what he did to this girl, I have to read you so you understand what we're dealing with here. It was a very long description, but this will tell you all you need to know, folks. This is from the letter, 1 paragraph. I did not have to kill this woman, but I did anyway. And that was the only one that ever affected me.
Stop. No, it didn't. That's fucking bullshit.
It is.
I call fucking bullshit.
No, there's no way.
Yeah.
He's full of shit. I'm not sure why I did it, but I did it. I stayed with the body until dark and then used her knife to remove her pussy.
Oh my gosh.
And there I sat eating the thing. Before cutting, I shaved it smooth. Then I cut the body from the neck down to the pussy area.
Because he's so romantic, right? Because remember, ladies and gentlemen, he fucking cares so much.
And it affected him.
It affected him. So he ate her pussy. He cut it and
didn't know why, but he did it.
Yeah, and he makes it like a big, I used her knife to cut the fucking thing out. Well, I shaved it first.
That's part of his excuse. She had a knife. I'm sure she was threatening him with it. That was always hard. He was the victim, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Cocksucker. The eighth victim, Darlene Trippi, killed December 15th, 1989. Shawcross killed her because she said she knew a prostitute that had AIDS, but still was working in the area. She wouldn't tell him who it was, so he was enraged and strangled her to death and dumped her in a small creek. The first photo that you see on YouTube shows a happy Darlene Trippi. The second show the police removing the frozen body of a victim identified as Darlene Trippi from a small creek along Redmond Road in the town of Clarkson on January 6th, 1990. So she was killed in December of 1989, and she wasn't found until January of the next year.
I'm not making a joke.
Yeah.
But I guess just to make, I like her last name. It's like, hey, Darlene, how you feeling? Yeah, Trippy, man. Fucking Trippy.
Yeah, that is.
Isn't it?
It's a great last name. Yeah.
Uh-huh. God bless you.
I don't know what Arthur thought, though.
What do you mean?
It's just that this is, I had to shorten all these. I mean, he went into detail. This poor girl suffered, and it's just disgusting.
If you guys want these details and you want to go to season 3,
season
right?
Season 3, I believe we covered them all. I think we read the whole thing.
Exactly.
And I really have to point it out that he wrote all these to Tony, and after he wrote them all, he said, Tony, you have something that no one else has. He has a complete description of how he hunted these girls, stalked them, hunted them, whatever you want to call it, and why he happened to kill them. And a lot of times it was, he was the victim. He was threatened. They wouldn't tell him who had AIDS. Shit like that.
Uh-huh.
But he wrote the whole thing out, and it came to Tony just before he died. You got one letter after that. It was his last letter.
Really?
Yeah.
That's how it went down?
Yeah. Yes, it did.
Wow.
The ninth victim, Marie Welsh, was killed November 5th, 1989. Shawcross said he asked her who was working the area with AIDS.
Here we go.
She said she didn't know, and even if she did, she wouldn't tell him. He snapped her neck at this point. This is from his letter. He snapped her neck because she said, I wouldn't tell you anyway. That was it. That's all it took.
Quit fucking hookers then, buddy, if you don't want to get AIDS.
He's just a jagoff.
Fucking go fuck your wife and your side piece.
This is really interesting. They were in a dark warehouse parking lot near Lisle and Saratoga. And Shawcross said, and he told us this later in person, a sheriff's car pulled up. Now, he had already snapped her neck. The sheriff car pulls up and says, hey, you can't park here. And Shawcross said, I'm really sorry, officer. And he thanked him, and he slowly drove away with a dead body beside him.
What the fuck? Talk about
slipping through the cracks.
Slipping by.
And he laughed about that. Yeah, the dead body, I had my arm around her. It was a cop. He believed me because I was such a nice guy to him. Yeah, he's a nice guy. He dumped her in a field covered with brush and dead weeds. Her body wasn't discovered until January of 1990. Hey, Rochester had no clue. Their killer wasn't a shadow. He was right out there in plain sight, grinning, calm, and ready to kill again.
This is Tony Siaglia, the serial killer whisperer. It's July 2010, and I'm sitting here at the corner of Lyle and Dewey Avenue in Rochester, New York. This is the exact spot where on a freezing December night in 1989, June Cicero made the worst mistake of her life. She climbed into a stranger's car, only this stranger was Arthur John Shawcross, the Genesee River killer. What happened next is something only Art could describe, and he did. This is a letter from Arthur Shawcross dated May 2nd, 2007. In it, he tells me in his own words exactly what he did to June Cicero that night. Hello, Anthony. You asked about June Cicero, so as a favor, I'm going to tell you what happened. She was about 30 years old, and she was reputed to be the toughest broad on the street, and the smartest too. To me, she was the easiest one of all. June jumped in the car I was driving when I was stopped at a traffic light on Dewey and Lyle Avenue in Rochester. She directed me behind the Chinese restaurant on State Street. We were parked, and she just lifts up her skirt and had no panties on and said, "Fuck me." I asked her, "How many have you fucked this evening?" And she said, "None. Because of that guy who has been killing the girls." Yeah, right. So I stuck a few fingers between her legs and sniffed them. And she was right, clean. I got down in front of her and started to suck that pussy. When she turns and sucks my cock, my pants were at my ankles and she was doing something to my pants. I reached back and slugged her a good one. Out she went, with my wallet in her hands. I took back the wallet, then strapped her up. She woke up fighting to get loose and could not. Then she tells me, "You don't have to do this." And I said, "What?" Then she said, "I think I know who you are now." Wrong thing to say. I drove to an abandoned garage out and closed the doors. The car was still warm inside, and I lifted a garage window to let out the car fumes. We stayed there a good 24 hours. I screwed that cunt in the ass until I felt a burning sensation, and that was that. I got out and cleaned myself with some snow. As I was headed back towards Rochester, a storm came up and I drove down a dead-end road and parked. I had strangled June to death, so I opened the door and put her out in the snow. Along near dawn, I got out and she was frozen solid. I cut her pussy out and consumed it frozen. Why? I have no idea, Anthony. Some people take trophies. I ate mine. June was frozen, so I had to struggle to get the body back in the car. I drove out on Route 31 and pulled onto the bridge over Salmon Creek and pushed the body over the bridge, and it fell into the water and went under the bridge. I shortened the letter describing June Cicero's killing for the video. Trust me, I left a lot out. I mean, sure, some of it's interesting. If you want to see it, go to season 3. But it's basically a lot of serial killer dribble, you know? Now, look at that exact corner on the video on our YouTube channel. That's where Arthur Shawcross picked up June Cicero on December 17th, 1989. And it seemed like when I was in Rochester, I kept finding the coxman hanging out on that corner. And he wasn't doing research, if you know what I mean.
You asshole. Don't listen to him.
Take a second, picture it, okay? That's the very spot where June Cicero made the worst fucking mistake of her life. She got into his car. Use your imagination to fill in what came next. But be warned, Shawcross described it in his letter, and it was pure horror. He wrote about things no human being should have to endure. Imagine, Dad, imagine being tied up, trapped with this fucking monster for 24 hours. Every breath, every second, just waiting for it to all end. Until he finally decided to put you out of your misery. And in typical Shawcross fashion, he threw in one of his sick little details. Said he brought her to the edge of death. Then he brought her back. Claimed she had an orgasm like she'd never experienced before. Bullshit. Yeah, right, Dad?
Yeah.
I mean, she's like getting fucking choked out, right? And she's coming at the same time, looking at all his magnificent body.
It's all right in there. It's all right in there.
What he did?
That's all of them.
That's just one book. There's 2 books, isn't there?
Yeah. No, I mean, this right here that you have taped shut
Yeah.
are the descriptions of all the murders.
Okay.
And that is the last letter that he wrote to you. You have them taped together. They're out of order, so I could point it out, but you can see this is, what was it, legal paper, and there's about, 12 pages of description. So that gives you an idea. That's why we shorten them this season, because we still want you to know what a monster this guy was, what he did to this poor girl. Yeah. But several times he brought her back. Several times, he said. In that letter. That's why I wanted to point that out.
Because he's a paramedic now.
Oh, well, he's the great art, man.
Yeah.
Great art. Fucking jagoff.
Fucking military trained. Yeah. Back to the script. Yeah, right, Art. I'm sure that's exactly how it went down. The great Arthur Shawcross. Right? The great fucking Arthur Shawcross. I love this. I love it. Even in the shadow of death, he's a fucking hero. This poor woman she's about to go to the other side. And he's the fucking hero. Stay here with me. He brings her back. He chokes her out again. He brings her back. Just let me fucking go, Art. She's like,
not for him. He says, oh, God, it was the greatest orgasm, Art. Maybe we could do it again.
Jeez. And after all of that, what does Art do? I think you guys know. He drives to his favorite donut store, Dunkin' Donuts, orders coffee and 4 cinnamon rolls. All right, these aren't the twists, right? The twists are about this long, but a cinnamon roll is about this big, right? He ordered 4 4. Because apparently killing and eating raw pussy made him really hungry. That's the world, you guys, Arthur John Shawcross lived in. That's his world, a place where murder, mutilation, Dad, and pastries all existed in the same breath.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
And very evil.
Yeah. December 28th, 1989, the Genesee River killer had one more murder left in him. One more soul to feed the darkness. Felicia Stevens, a young black woman trying to survive another brutal Rochester winter. Shawcross later bragged in his usual stomach-churning fashion, "I fucked this woman all night long." God, I could see Art fucking her all night long with that Vienna-sized cock. And like maybe an hour goes by and she's like, "Did you put it in yet?" Right?
Yeah.
Fuck. Shawcross, "I fucked this woman all night long. Then I snapped her neck." He carried Felicia's lifeless body through 3 feet of snow, and he dumped her in a shallow depression along a brush fence. That was just, he killed this woman. And it was just described so easily and just so, like it was nothing.
Yeah.
And her family doesn't think it's nothing.
No.
We don't fucking think it's nothing. 3 days later, on New Year's Eve, 1989, Felicia Stevens was found.
I'd like to point something out right here that Arthur told Tony he killed Felicia the same day he killed June Cicero, which was December 17th. And we'll talk about that in the next part. But yeah, he killed 2 women in the same day. That's what he said, right?
Yeah, I believe it.
I do too.
What the fuck else did he have to do? How long does it take to fucking eat donuts?
He was out of control. He was totally out of control. Piece of shit. All right. Felicia Stevens was found, but June Cicero was still missing. We know that poor June spent more than 24 hours with this fucking monster. 24 hours in hell. She didn't just die. She endured every grotesque second of his sick fantasies. And no matter what this perverted tub of shit thought was great sex, I can promise you, none of his victims were screaming with pleasure. They were screaming to stay alive or screaming from pain.
Or fucking, let's get this over with.
Yeah.
Would you get over? Come.
Please kill me.
Exactly. Would you come? Let's get this over with.
So yeah, this fuck this self-proclaimed Romeo. It's the only way I can think to describe him. A bloated, filthy piece of fucking human garbage. That's another way I can think to describe him, and it's not on here. But this fat fucking piece of human shit thought that murder was foreplay. That's Arthur Shawcross. Now let's see where poor June, where her nightmare finally ended.
Hey, this is Tony Ciaglia, the serial killer whisperer. Check out that fucking hair. This footage was shot back in Rochester, New York, July 14th, 2010. Behind me is the infamous Salmon Creek Ridge Bridge. the exact spot where Arthur Shawcross dumped the body of June Cicero back in December of 1989. And let me tell you, this place must have been pure hell in the middle of winter, cold, silent, the kind of quiet where the only sound you'd hear was the monster breathing. Now, the king bullshitter himself once told me he was tired of killing. Said he wanted to get caught. He'd murdered 2 women in the same day, Felicia Stevenson and June Cicero, and claimed he was just done. Yeah, right. Then he said he knew the cops were watching from that helicopter and wanted to show them where the body was. Give me a break. That piece of shit would have kept on killing until his heart gave out or someone stopped him. He couldn't stop. He didn't want to stop. Come on, Dad. Let's walk over to that bridge. Get a closer look. You know, I'm actually shocked that fat fuck could even make it up these hills. Oh, wait, that's right. He was military trained. Hey, watch yourself. These cars are flying through here. Wouldn't that be ironic, getting nailed by a minivan on Shawcross's bridge? Here we are walking up to the Salmon Creek Bridge. You could see the cross right over there. Yeah, I just hope no one else is dropping bodies here. This right here, this right here is the exact spot where Arthur Shawcross dumped the body of June Cicero. It was winter then, and her body was frozen in the ice. Here, let me give you a better look. Fuck. I can only imagine how creepy this place must have been in the dead of winter. It looks creepy now and it's July. You see that little patch of grass right down there? That's where people can walk down to the creek. I always wondered if Shawcross dumped her body in the water, how the hell did he get to it again? He used to talk about visiting his victims. Now I get it. This spot gave him easy access. It's the perfect place to dump a body and a hard place to find one. The day Shawcross got caught, he was parked right over by that patch of grass you could see from the walkway. He claimed he was just taking a piss. But the cops believed he was heading back to the body to masturbate on it. And honestly, that makes a hell of a lot more sense to me. The police had already discovered the body and were staking out the area. They spotted Shawcross from the helicopter, followed his car, and brought him in for questioning. And the rest, well, that's how the Genesee River Killer story finally ended.
Now, those videos were shot on location in Rochester, New York during our 2010 trip. These chilling murder phone videos takes you to the banks of the Salmon Creek Bridge, the place where Arthur Shawcross, the Genesee River Killer, dumped the frozen body of June Cicero. Tony stands exactly where the killer once stood, staring down at the water where June's body floated under the bridge. You can clearly see the path that Shawcross used to visit the horror he created. But that last time, someone was watching him from above. A police helicopter caught the Genesee River Killer in the act. And on that day, yes, January 3rd, 1990, June Cicero's body was found and the hunt was over. And this fat fucking cock-sucking piece of human garbage,
Yes!
his little field trips to his, as he said, works of art, these trips to hell had come to an end.
Yes! That was great.
Thank you. Fuck him.
Fuck him. Good rant. I loved it.
Thank you.
I love it. No more fucking King Arthur. No more big fucking art. No more Dunkin' fucking Donuts. No more fucking Ponderosa steak and salad bar. No more walking around Rochester like I'm a fucking god. No more eating all your cousin's pussy. Ugh. I always wondered why the fuck he bragged about that. No more brownstone accommodations at 241 Alexander Street because you got caught, motherfucker. You got busted. It's fucking over for you, buddy. The rest of your miserable life will be spent in a tiny cell jacking off that miniature penis of yours that so many women mocked you for so many years. I finally got to do it.
That was a great rant.
Was it?
He brings it out of you, doesn't he?
Oh, he does. And he got caught and he got busted.
I love it.
Caught like a fucking rat in a trap.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
yeah.
did.
Fuck that guy. Wow. Holy cow. Arthur Shawcross. You know, he loved to play the victim, everybody. You know that. Just like all serial killers, they're always the victim. Isn't that funny? But so true.
Oh, yeah.
He claimed the women he murdered deserved it, that they robbed him, insulted him, or tried to hurt him. Yeah, these little women.
Yeah.
And he was a big guy.
Yeah.
Fucking the truth, they were just unlucky enough to cross paths with a demon from hell, a walking pile of rage and rot. But excuses don't mean shit when the bodies keep showing up. By the time police caught this motherfucker, before they caught up with the Genesee River killer, his reign of terror was over. And justice was ready to crush him. Ow! Right under its boot. Behind bars, Shawcross did what monsters like him always do. Talk. Yeah. They always talk. They can't help it because they're so proud. They want the world to hear. He talked, he bragged, justified and dissected his crimes with the emotion of a man reading a grocery list. Not a flicker of guilt or remorse, just a smirk and a story for anyone who'd listen. Well, and I was one of those assholes who listened. And I kept listening, and I just kept listening. And every once in a while...
Eddie, don't be so hard on yourself.
Every once in a while, he'd let me speak, and I would speak. But most of the time, I would hear with open ears about how great he was and about how these women deserved it. When the sentence came down, life without parole plus 250 years, it finally felt like the system got one right. No slipping through the cracks of justice this time.
You're done, Art.
Mm-hmm.
Take them away, right?
Take them away. lock them up.
Yep.
So, guys, join us next time for our special episode titled Visit with a Monster, when my brother Joey sits in with me and the Coxman as we relive our chilling visit with Arthur John Shawcross at the Sullivan Correctional Facility in Fallsburg, New York. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. Okay, that's a wrap for today. Well, just give me a second here. Shit, it feels like I've been talking for weeks. Why is my throat so fucking dry always?
Meds.
Yeah.
Drugs.
And you, I mean, you always got a frog in your throat.
I know. Because I don't drink enough.
Exactly.
All right.
At least it's not a dick. That's the way I look at it.
Did you forget something?
What? This?
Yeah, did you forget something?
Yeah. I can't sign off tonight without reminding everyone of the true gifts Rochester, way up here on the map, has given us. First, Kenneth Bianchi. Talk about fucking puke.
Oh.
Yeah. That Ken Bianchi, the hillside strangler himself, born and raised right here in the Flower City. I didn't know they called it the Flower City.
And they do.
Mm-hmm.
They absolutely do.
And it's a nice city.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah,
enjoyed it there.
Yeah.
A hometown boy, Kenneth Bianchi, who really took strangling to heart. And as if one wasn't enough, Rochester unknowingly rolled out the welcome mat for another monster, Arthur John Shawcross, the Genesee River killer, the guy who made winter even darker than it already was. So, before I left town back in 2010, I had one last stop. My dad and I had a threesome with some hot piece of ass we picked up on Lyle and Dewey. I mean, we had to check it out, right? I mean, Arthur Shawcross enjoyed it down there.
There it goes. 53 years of marriage down the tubes.
Hey, at least we gave real fucking pleasure.
Oh,
you know, Art, he killed
please.
girls. That's terrible.
Don't ever believe this guy.
Terrible.
At least that kind of stuff.
Kenny, the real stop, though, before we left town. Kenny Bianchi's mom, Frances Picone. And I'm bringing her a little love letter from the king of rock and roll himself. I sang Love Me Tender to her. You're going to hear it, but if you want to see me do it in her room at the elderly home, go to our YouTube channel.
Okay?
Ready?
All right.
Love me tender, love me sweet, never let me go, for you've made my life complete, and I love you so. Love me tender, love me true, all my dreams fulfill, for my darling, I love you, and always.
All right. Good
That was
job.
for Francis Bocconi,
Thank you.
my
Why did it
adopted
get so
mother.
dark, I wonder?
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's too bright.
Well, Dad, thanks.
You're welcome.
You did a wonderful job.
You too, buddy.
Yeah.
And I do love you.
I love you too.
I love you.
I gotta piss like fucking.
Don't. You're still on the.
I know.
Let them all know.
I do. I had like 2.5
Well,
bottles
close
of
it
water.
out. Close it out.
What?
Ah.
You guys take care, stay safe, and remember, always walk in the calm after the storm. I know every day I try to.
Me too.